In March on Roanoke County Today, we meet the new Public Information Officer for Roanoke County, plus find out all about summer camps. This and more coming up. Higher electric bills, sticker shock at the gas pump, energy can cost a ton, but it's easy to save money and give your budget a boost. Save hundreds of dollars in energy costs by doing just a little. As much as half of the energy used in your home goes to heating and cooling. You can save a ton by making sure your home is properly sealed and insulated against the elements. Caulk window and door frames, wiring and pipe penetrations, and anywhere air leaks. Weather strip around loose window sashes and doors. Remember, do a little, save a ton.
Welcome back. I'm Dan O'Donnell, Assistant County Administrator, and I'm here today with Brent Robertson, who is Roanoke County's Director of Management and Budget. Welcome, Brent.
Thank you, Dan. It's a pleasure to be here.
And we're going to talk a little bit about the county's budget process. Can you talk about the process? Tell us what the process is for the county's budget, and talk about some of the changes you've made in the last couple of years.
We've made some fairly interesting changes over the last couple of years. It's really an extension of what we've done in the past. However, we formalized it a little more this year, and it's really based on a priority-based approach that looks at the values and the priorities of the community, and it establishes those priorities against a lot of the services that we offer. Along with that, we have developed a costing model that we've costed out all of our programs and services, so when we get into budget development, we can now look at what is most important to our community and to our Board of Supervisors in relation to those values and priorities that they've articulated through their adopted plans, things of that nature. And it is a team-based approach, so all of the department heads are involved in that process, offering their expertise and their point of view that they will develop proposals for their areas to give to the county administrator so he can sort through them and then make recommendations to the Board of Supervisors.
So my understanding of it is essentially you list all the programs and the costs associated with the programs so that the county administrator and the board have the opportunity to choose things they may want to downsize or eliminate or increase as they go.
That's correct, and we offer those in a prioritized fashion so they can look at the most important areas that we do in case they needed to add funds, but also if we are in a situation where we have to cut the budget, they can look at the lower end of the priorities and make some reductions or eliminations there.
Now, people think a lot of times that the budget is just a few months of the year, but is there any time when you're not working on past budgets, for future budgets, current budgets?
I get chided by a lot of department directors that once the budget's done, I can take 6 months off, but that's not the case.
No.
It is a 12-month process, and we are either in an evaluation stage, a planning stage, an implementation stage. So me and my staff stay fairly busy, and really, the budget implementation and development is what all personnel in Roanoke County do. I'm just sort of the sheep herder sometimes of that and keep the process moving and on task and on time.
Or the cat herder, is it?
The cat herder, yes.
Now, right now, you're working with the departments and the county administrator to prepare the county administrator budget that then gets turned over to the Board of Supervisors for their review. Can you talk about the dates and the process involved and what the timing of all this?
Yes. We've been working fairly hard on the budget since back in the fall and early winter. As we progress through, the next scheduled public proposal of the budget will be scheduled for April the 8th, when the county administrator will present his budget to the Board of Supervisors. That will be located in all the libraries so people can look at the information that he's proposing. And then on April the 22nd, there will be a public hearing beginning at 7 o'clock or a little later here in the community room of the Board of Supervisors.
Okay. And what kind of goals have been set by the department so far for the budget?
The goals were set, the Board of Supervisors set some goals for us when the recession began, and we've been able to maintain most of those, and chief among those are the fact that we were not going to raise taxes. We're going to develop our expenditure budgets within the existing tax rates. We've been able to do that. They're looking to try to protect as many citizen services as we can, and we've done a good job with that. However, that is getting a little more difficult as we continue down the recessionary path. Well, the recession's over, but it's hard to tell sometimes. A couple of the most important expenditure items we're looking at, there's some fairly substantial federal and state mandates, especially related to stormwater management that we're dealing with. The county administrator has spoken with the board about the need to make some compensation adjustments for our employees that have been a fairly long period with minimal increases over time. And once again, the school system is always a top priority for us, and they've just recently signed a memorandum of understanding with a revenue agreement with the schools.
Okay. Talking about the schools a little bit, when the county also has to, the Board of Supervisors also has to vote on the school budget, when does that take place?
The Roanoke County School Board has to present a budget to the Board of Supervisors by April the 1st, and then the Board of Supervisors will approve that budget no later than May 1st. Okay. And then at that point, it becomes part of the Board of Supervisors budget, and when we do our budget adoption, those will be included, the school's budget will be included in the county's budget.
Right, okay. Now you talked a little bit about the recession. Is the light at the end of the tunnel a train, or are we starting to see brighter days?
I'm not sure I would call it a light at the end of the tunnel. I would say it's brightening a bit right now. Things are still, there's a lot of uncertainty related to the economics, and we're affected, believe it or not, globally here in Virginia and the Roanoke Valley by how things happen all around the world these days. It is very much a global economy, and with the instability of it, I think we still have to be very cautious in how our revenues are growing and how we project those. And while the recession did end in 2009. Sometimes it's hard to tell that. We have been growing for a few years, but much less than we were before the recession.
Our budget has been relatively flat for the last 4 or 5 years.
I would say over the last 6 years, it is relatively flat.
Right. And let's get a little bit outside of the nuts and bolts of the budgeting and the budget process. Your department has won awards for several years for how the budget is produced in Roanoke County. Can you tell us what those awards are?
Well, the main one we get from our international peer group from the Governmental Finance Officers Association is the Distinguished Budget Presentation Award, and that is judged on, I think, somewhere around 65 criteria that judges the budget as a communication device, as a financial plan, as a management device, and we've I think received that this past year for the 26th straight year, as well as through the work that my staff has done and we've done at Roanoke County. I've been selected to sit on the GFOA's International Committee of Economic Development and Capital Planning, that we set standards and best practices for those areas.
Oh, great. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
I know you've done a great job for many years here. Where does the public go to find out more about the budget or the budget process? How can they contact you?
They can always call my office. Any of myself or my staff will be happy to take their call. My number is 772-2021. I'd be happy to take any calls, but I think the most comprehensive location for budget information would be the county's website at RoanokeCountyVA.gov, and if you go to the front page, you'll see a budget development link on the left side of the page, and we try to keep all of the goings-on of budget updated for the public to view.
Well, thank you for all that information and for being with me today. You do a great job, and it's a very difficult time we've been through, and we've been able to get the budget to work and haven't been too bad in terms of cutting services. So congratulations on your success, and thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Green Ridge offers healthy fun for everyone.
I have 4 children, ages 20 to 7, and I like Green Ridge because there is something here for every single one of them.
They can come here, they like to swim, like the game room. I like, working out.
You don't feel like you're walking to a gym where you just have to be a body trainer, that get to be self-conscious of your body, because it is family.
This is not a place just for exercise. It's a place for fun as well.
Have fun at Green Ridge by daily admission or membership.
In January, Roanoke County began a new anti-litter campaign focusing on cigarette butts at intersections, along with many other forms of trash and litter scattered along Roanoke County's streets and roads. What many people don't realize is that there's a citizen reporting component to the program through Roanoke County's website. And with me today is Assistant Chief of Police Chuck Mason, and he's going to update us about how citizens can report litter and how many reports to date. Chuck, thanks.
Sure. When the campaign began in early January to date, today being March 5th, we have received approximately 96 complaints via the county's website. regarding various types of trash, mostly cigarette butts being tossed out of cars. The reporting process is actually very easy, using the county website, which will direct you to the littering page. It's a fairly brief series of questions you got to answer. We need, obviously, location, date, and time of where the incident took place. We need a specific description of the car to include a tag number. What type of litter, if that can be determined, was tossed, and by which person in the car, the driver, a passenger. We also require that the person making the complaint furnish a name and a contact number, because what we're going to do, we're going to verify the complaints. We don't want this being used as a means of playing jokes on people or some type of harassment. So somebody from the police department will contact the complainant. Now, we don't release the name of the person. We'll do everything we can to keep that in confidence. But if we don't have a way of verifying the complaint, then we will not follow up on it. After we have verified the complaint, check the information out, make sure the tag number matches up to the vehicle description, and otherwise approved it for further processing, the police department will generate a letter to the registered owner of the vehicle, which will say essentially that somebody observed at a specific date and time and a location an occupant of the vehicle, which is registered to that person, tossing whatever type of trash it was out. And a reminder that littering is illegal by county ordinance, and that had a police officer seen that take place, that they could have gotten a ticket for it and had to pay a fine. All we're going to do is send them a letter asking them not to do it again. It doesn't go, it's not a charge, it doesn't go on a court record or anything like that. It is just a simple request not to litter in the county.
So really it's a warning letter and a friendly reminder not to do this, and this action was spotted from your vehicle, whether it be the vehicle owner. I guess the letter will go to the registered vehicle owner. However, we all understand that that vehicle may have been driven by someone else.
Certainly.
Or could have, the offense could have been made by a passenger within the vehicle.
Right, exactly.
So there's really no legal charge or behind the letter. It's just a warning.
Correct. That's all. There will not be any charge. You're not going to go to court over this or pay a fine or anything else. It is just simply a warning.
Now, I know your officers are on the streets every day, and with this new emphasis against litter, are the officers being more aware of incidents as they see them?
We have asked the officers to pay extra attention to this type of offense. Honestly, the chances of somebody tossing cigarette butts or other trash out of their window when a marked police car is sitting behind them at an intersection is pretty low, but it does happen from time to time, and we have made a few charges as a result.
And have we seen any improvements in the conditions of our medians and roadside ditches as a result of this? I mean, it's kind of early to tell, but...
A little early to tell. We'll see as the year progresses.
Right. And as a reminder, people who see littering in action can report that incident to Roanoke County Police by using the Report Litter button on the Roanoke County website, or see roanokecountyva.gov/litter. Thanks for watching Roanoke County Today.
We have, for the last, this will be the 16th annual Kite Festival, and it is just such a wonderful event at Green Hill Park. It is such an incredibly wonderful event. We partner with the Salem Roanoke County Chamber and the Richmond Air Force Kite Club comes in and does amazing demonstrations for us. A lot of the folks in that kite club actually make their own kites to fly. And I mean, the entire sky is filled with beautiful kites. The kids come out. It's a real family event. Kids can bring their own kites. As a matter of fact, if you get there early enough, we actually give away 1,000 kites to the first 1,000 children that come, as well as free t-shirts to kids. But in addition to that, there's a wonderful kite vendor out there. The kids just love it. We also have food vendors and craft vendors and wonderful food vendors, you know, for folks to come, or if they choose to bring a picnic, that's fine as well. And it's just a wonderfully beautiful event at Green Hill Park. We have tremendous crowds, you know, but the wonderful thing about it is Green Hill is so open that you never really feel crowded, because we take over the entire polo field and the green space close to the polo field, and it runs from 10 to 4, so people are in and out all day long and just enjoying all of the festivities. And as I said, it's just a wonderful day for family and friends to come out, enjoy a beautiful day in the park. They get instruction from the Richmond Air Force Kite Club. The Richmond Air Force Kite Club also does special demonstrations. The whole day is just filled with fabulous activities. As I said, this is the 16th annual event. There was a very small one that had been happening in another location in the valley, and you know, all of a sudden, you know, it just popped, and I guess, you know, the Salem-Roanoke County Chamber said, what a fabulous opportunity for us to come and host such a wonderful event. And, you know, I think back then nobody really expected it to become quite as popular as it has been, but year in and year out, people come, and they come from all over. And some folks even take vacation days to come out, you know, and travel down to the event. So it's really become hugely successful. For the Richmond Air Force Kite Club, I mean, they really just love the event, and they say it's their favorite event all year. But they actually come out, they demonstrate to folks how to fly these big, beautiful kites. They also launch these kites into the air and, you know, keep them up there for hours at a time. They also offer classes and instructions to the general public to show you actually how, you know, how to do it. They also bring all variety of all different kinds of kites out. So folks really get an exposure to what kite flying is all about, what the hobby is all about. And then also, if you just want to do it once a year at the Kite Festival, they welcome that opportunity as well. The date is Saturday, April 19th at Roanoke County's Green Hill Park, and the times are 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And once again, it is a free event to the public.
Participation in the recycling drop-off program in Roanoke County has been steadily increasing. With the increase comes growing pains. The following etiquette tips will help citizens receive the most benefit from the recycling program. Break down any boxes before placing them in the containers. We currently accept plastics and all types of cans. Do not place items with food residue in trailers. Fill trailers to capacity. When the recycling trailer is full, do not place items on the ground outside of the trailer. Visit another recycling trailer location. Please use the trailers properly. Surf by the award-winning RVTV.org, the official website for Roanoke Valley Television Channel 3. The site features new content like the Media Center, where you can view selected RVTV programming. Also find RVTV's daily lineup, information on RVTV shows, a photo gallery, and even a Notify Me sign-up to keep you posted on upcoming RVTV events. It's all at RVTV.org, the official website for government and educational television in the Roanoke Valley. RVTV.
Welcome back. I'm here today with Amy Whitaker, who is Roanoke County's new Public Information Officer. Welcome. Glad you're here.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
How's your first few days? You've only been here just a few days. How's it going so far?
It's been very, very busy. There's so many departments within Roanoke County, and so I'm really enjoying getting to meet people and learning more about what the government does.
Great. Tell us about your background. I know you've been with the Red Cross for a long time. Can you tell the public what you've been doing for all those years?
Sure. Prior to coming here, I was at the Red Cross for 16 years, and my responsibilities were social media, managing our disaster public affairs activities, and just getting to know the community and sharing with them the messages of the Red Cross. And we covered a 50-county region, which was all of Western Virginia, 2.4 million people.
Wow.
So it was an interesting job and a lot of fun.
So you had 50 counties, and now you just have to worry about one.
That's right.
That's
much
good.
smaller, much smaller. I'm looking forward to it, though.
It's much smaller, but it's very diverse. We do a lot of things. What enticed you to come to Roanoke County from the Red Cross?
You know, I think for the same reasons that I moved to the county 15 years ago. It's a good place to raise your family.
Right.
Great schools. The libraries have become more like community centers for my family. We like to hang out there on the weekends. It's a really safe place to stay. We have a lot of recreation here, a lot of entertainment, a lot to do. So I think that encouraged me to apply for this position and then come to work here as an employee. It's just a good, interesting place to be.
Right. Well, I've been here 14 years almost, so it is a good place to work, and it's a great community. So I think you'll like being part of the team here. Have you developed any short-term goals for what you want to achieve in your new position?
Well, just a few days in, my short-term goals are to get to know many of the people around here, the departments, and all of the inner workings of the Roanoke County government. And, you know, as I said before, that's kept me very busy.
Have you had any time to think about longer-term goals, what you want to accomplish?
Sure. You know, I really expect to be fully involved as serving as a spokesperson for the county and learning more about how we interact with the citizens, how we help them, and working with the media as well.
Right. And what you mentioned earlier that you have a lot of experience in social media. Do you see any things that you might want to develop for Roanoke County along those lines?
Sure. You know, social media has just blown up in recent years. People are on the web, they're on Twitter, on Facebook, and we have a very strong following here at the county. And so I think that's something we can continue to expand as time comes along.
Well, that's certainly the way of the future of getting information out to everybody, and people go to different places for information. It's not just the television or the newspaper anymore, but social media is a big, important part of getting the word out. Of what you've seen so far, what do you think you're most excited about coming to work here?
Again, really getting to know the people and the inner workings, and hosting shows like this will give the opportunity to share with the community what we do and share what our different departments do here. And I'll be the liaison between the citizens and the media and the county, so I'm really looking forward to being involved with that.
Well, great. If citizens want to contact you, or the media wants to contact you, how do they do that?
The best thing you can do is visit the website, and from there you can also call me too. My number is listed on that website as well.
Okay. Well, welcome. Glad you're here.
Thank you.
I think you're going to have a great run with Roanoke County. It's a great place to work and a great community.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks for being with us today. We'll be right back.
ROCO Alert is Roanoke County's new citizen alert and warning system. In the event of a local emergency or disaster, Roanoke County will contact all landline telephones in the county's 911 database with any important information and instructions you need to know. To receive notifications from ROCO Alert via email, on your cell phone or VoIP phone, you'll need to set up an online account. There's no cost for citizens to sign up, but phone usage or text charges may apply. Go to RoanokeCountyVA.gov/ROCO Alert and sign up today.
The kites are flying once again in Green Hill Park. On Saturday, April 19th from 10 to 4, see why kite enthusiasts from throughout the East Coast travel to Green Hill Park every year for this free event. Bring your kite and lawn chair as you enjoy a day of outdoor fun. The Richmond Air Force Kite Club will be there for live demonstrations. There will be free kids' kites and event shirts available while supplies last. Go fly a kite at the annual Roanoke County Kite Festival, Saturday, April 19th from 10 to 4 at Roanoke County's Green Hill Park.
It may still be cold outside, but spring and summer are just around the corner, and it's never too early to start planning on summer camps with Parks, Recreation, and Tourism. I've got Scott Ramsberg with me today, and he's going to preview a little bit about the many programs that Parks and Rec is offering this year. Scott, how many programs does Parks and Rec offer?
Well, this year we have an amazing 200 weeks of program offerings to choose from, so it's one of our largest camp offerings ever from Roanoke County.
Well, that's great. What are some of the favorites that are coming back this year?
Well, of course, at the end of every year, we look at what people liked and signed up for, and of course, surveys and what they're requesting. One of our most popular programs last year was our Lego camps. So we've expanded our Lego offerings for all youth ages, and even added some Lego theme camps, like a Minecraft Lego camp, if you could believe it. We brought back some of the perennial favorites, such as the American Girl Camp, G.I. Joe Camp, Princess type of camps, and of course arts and crafts and splash camps here at Green Ridge and Splash Valley.
Right. And I understand we also have some overnight camps still at Camp Roanoke. Never forget those.
Of course, you can't forget that. The younger kids can come just for the day. It's our Discovery program with transportation from Tanglewood Mall. And as you get older, they stay on site, starting in rising third grade and up, and go on off-site adventures as they get to be even older than that. Great amenities at Camp Roanoke, of course, with the climbing tower, zip line, archery range. It's so much fun, just the traditional outdoor camp experience.
Now, I understand a lot of your programs are maybe mornings or afternoons, but I understand you guys have a program now where you can link them together for a full day. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, we have several programs designed for working parents. We have our After School for Kids program that turns into Kids in Camp during the summer at Penn Forest Elementary School, and we've added Bonsack Elementary School new this year. So full-day programs there. There's a full-day program at Green Ridge Recreation Center right here at Green Ridge called the Green Ridge Summer Day Camp, again intended for working parents. But if you want to participate in one of our fun camps like the G.I. Joe camp that's only half day, you can combine it if it's held at Green Ridge Recreation Center. What you need to do is look in our program guide, see the camps that are marked with a star icon, and those are camps that you can take a half-day camp, turn it into a full day right here at Green Ridge for working parents.
Very convenient.
Very convenient, yes.
Now, I understand with the county's involvement with Explorer Park expanding that you're going to have summer camps at Explorer Park this year for the first time in several years.
We're very excited about it. There are several outdoor programs at Explore. The Summits Day Camp is for ages 6 to 10, which is similar to Camp Roanoke offerings. It's an outdoor-based experience with hiking, even fishing, of course, with access to the Roanoke River out there, and, of course, transportation from Tanglewood Mall. That's for the younger kids. There are 3 offerings this summer at Explore Park, so you can check those out. And then for the older kids, 11 to 14, we have 2 other Explore Park experiences, one focused around mountain biking and the other about wilderness survival type of skills.
Right. And again, those feature, what do you call it, satellite transportation from Tanglewood Mall to Explore?
The Summits Camp does right now. The other ones at this point do not.
Great. That's a big convenience for parents to drop off at Tanglewood in the mornings before work.
It absolutely is.
Right. Nice central location without having to drive along the parkway to drop off your kids. So. Great. Well, tell us about registration. I understand you have the new camp guide out, and it's available where?
It's available right here at Green Ridge, at our Brambleton Center, or any county recreation center, and of course all the county public libraries have them as well. Kids that are Roanoke County students in elementary school have received a copy. There'll be another copy going out in April, but it's just chock full, as you can see, of camps of all types for ages 3 all the way up to 17. There's even one camp for adults. We're offering a horseback riding camp that you can participate in with your children.
Oh, really? That's great. Yeah. I think a lot of families are looking for those combined family experiences, and that's a great offering. Now, also, is the Summer Camps Guide available on the website?
It is, RoanokeCountyParks.com. All you have to do is click on the link to the left of your screen when you get there. That says Summer Camps. It'll have a copy of this guide. It will have the online registration. Of course, when you register, make sure you go through the process. You're also going to need to fill out a health form for all of our camps. That's very important. Your registration is not complete unless you have a health form on file. You only need 1 per child per year.
Right. But that's very important, of course, because if emergencies happen, you want the correct information, and medical information, contact information.
Right, especially when they're here for extended periods of time in our care, and we do our best to provide the top-notch service here at Roanoke County.
Right. We really appreciate it. And for more information, see RoanokeCountyParks.com. The complete spring registration, spring program guide is there, along with the camps guide. And for more information, see our website. Thanks for watching Roanoke County Today.
Roanoke Valley Television is available on the web. Just log on to rvtv.org to find your favorite RVTV show, video, or PSA. Watch Inside Roanoke, Roanoke County Today, Spotlight on City Schools, Accent Excellence, and more. Check out the informative and fun videos like Lead Safety, Choose Right, The Dangers of Synthetic Drugs, and the Zombie Run video. Find out about special events and programs by watching the RVTV public service announcements. Go to rvtv.org and click on the Media Center icon to start viewing right away.